So we got to go into, though, the last bit here we got, because we do got a little bit of Giants news.
It's time for the news.
Oh, yeah. Let's get into it first with Daniel Jones is not fired up about attempts to replace him. Shocker. Who would have thought? Like, it's in his big news today. Like, Daniel Jones was a little upset at that. The people tried to replace him. You think you gave him a $40 million a year contract, and then you try to get rid of him the next year. Now, I am not saying, I'm not saying that it's ridiculous to go ahead and replace him. I would have loved to upgrade the position. Really would have loved to it. But you can't blame the guy you're trying to replace for being upset.
Yeah,
like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Like, I want to put you guys in this scenario. You get your current job. They offer you a huge raise, and then they're trying to get rid of you not too long after that. You're going to be a little disappointed too, aren't you?
And that they're trying to get rid of you, and potentially not give you all the money you want because you're doing different things.
Yeah, like I said, I don't blame them whatsoever. But you got to expect the guy's going to be a little upset. So the exact quote is, he said he wasn't fired up about it. He said, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. He's talking about the draft night. I wasn't sure what was going to happen or how it was going to play out. I was just watching and waiting to see like everyone else. Fired up about getting Malik. What I can do is focus on myself and getting healthy, playing the best football I can, and that I know I'm capable of playing. That's my job, and that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I mean, I part of me goes, why is this even news? What do you expect him to say? But the other part of me says, yeah, I get it. Daniel Jones is not the long-term answer, but he's not a bad answer he gave to the media. I mean, I'm telling you, like Daniel Jones would be a great guy to be like the media relations coach for somebody later on.
He's been nothing but great when it comes to media.
Yeah.
Coming out of college, sitting there every press conference, everything he's done. Like he hasn't embarrassed himself or the team. He's always said they're pretty much the right things.
Yeah. And
even in bad situations.
I feel bad because I feel like people are going to like cheer when he gets done with his time with the Giants. And I think it should be a celebration to a certain degree of what he's done work-wise, while still acknowledging that the success hasn't been there, if that makes sense.
Yes, to me it does, but to a lot of fans that don't really care, I can definitely see that. But like the guy to put, I mean, probably 75, anywhere between 70 to 80. Yeah. Give or take that number. People were all about signing Dan Jones when we came to the contract. We're like, should we pay him? Should we not? It's a lot of money. He took us to the playoffs. We haven't been to playoffs in a long time. We all expect him to play well. He didn't. Now we're all, verse that number. There's maybe 20% of fans, maybe 30% of fans that like, oh, he's still our quarterback. Let's see what he can do. And like Daniel Jones, like he's no dummy. Like he knows what is happening in the media. He knows what people are saying. I'm sure he has a social media account, and he's seen memes going around about himself.
Yeah,
and he's been nothing but humble and respectful to all the fans, even though a lot of us want.
Listen, we all want him to be a better player. Daniel Jones wants to be a better player.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me about people. Like, you can sit there and say, we need to replace him. He's not the long-term answer at quarterback, while still respecting the work the man is putting in. Those two things are not exclusive of each other.
No,
they're not. And I don't see why people can't seem to make that determination there like that. I'm like, this is a guy who works his tail off, well respected by his teammates, and is never had a Evan Neal burger flipping kind of moment at that point. Under all the pressure this man has dealt with in New York, probably the hardest place to play quarterback in this league.
And like Evan Neal was under a lot of pressure. Daniel Jones was definitely hanging out with Bowie a lot more.
But like I said, I was a little shocked to see that was a huge news thing. So I kind of wanted to bring it up here on the topics here today, because everybody else seems to be a little shocked that he said that. Look, what do you expect him to say? Of course he's shocked. Of course he's not fired up about being replaced.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.